Hey, welcome to the Coffee Convos Podcast. This is your girl, Layla.
This is Jay.
Welcome back to another episode. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, actually.
Yeah?
I feel good.
You feel rejuvenated? Because I feel like you've had a lot going on. Birthdays,
Oh my
Mother's
God.
Day. You've had a lot going on.
May is always a lot.
Yeah.
And not really in the bad way, but it's just a lot of celebrations. Because I have two Tauruses. I have two Tauruses. Is it Tauruses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My husband's a Taurus. My son is a Taurus. So
how cool is that?
I know. And
That's pretty dope.
you know what's interesting is that I don't know a lot about the zodiac situation. I just know what I read about my sign and like the signs of people in my little circle, right? So it, according to the zodiac, what do they call them? The people who like
astrologers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people who know all about the professionals.
Yes.
Okay? Let me just say that. The professionals, they do say that the best match for a Virgo is a Taurus.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so I have my husband's a Taurus and now I have a son who's a Taurus. I mean, we get along, so I guess it's right.
That's good. That's good. I
yeah.
have a lot of Tauruses in my family as well. My sister, my nephew, and then just friends, like friends that are Tauruses too. So I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. So I had my son's birthday. He just turned 4.
Woo, woo.
Happy
birthday,
right?
Niall.
It's so crazy. They're going so fast. And,
Way too fast.
And then my husband, his birthday was right after.
Yeah.
He's 38. So woo! For 38. And then after that, of course, was Mother's Day, which was just this past weekend. And that was wonderful.
And you had family.
And we had a family. They came down for Niall's birthday. So Armin's sister came down with her son. So Niall was happy to see his little cousin. And then his grandmother came. And then also his great-grandmother came. So Niall had everybody coming down for his birthday.
I love that.
Yeah. And for Armin's birthday. So it was great. They had a blast. Everyone enjoyed their birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we're past it. And I don't have to worry about it till next year.
It's fun to have family come and to do celebrations and stuff like that, but it's so exhausting.
It is. I mean, I don't want to say it's exhausting because Armin's family is pretty low maintenance.
Okay.
They don't, you don't always have to be like, let's do this, we have to do something at all times. So
that's good.
I don't think it was that exhausting. It was just, I just feel like I was a little overwhelmed just because it was a lot of celebrations happening like back to back to back.
Yeah. I think that's what I mean. And not like that they're high maintenance or anything like that, but it's just like you have something to do like every day. Like you don't really have like that chill time.
Yeah.
And even if it is chill time, you're still like, okay, like mini entertaining.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Like, okay, you guys want a snack? You want a drink? Ice cream? No, I get what you're saying.
True.
No, you're right. But yeah, it was great though. And so how was your Mother's Day?
It was good. I didn't have my daughter this year. For the first time, I did not have AJ for Mother's Day.
Oh my gosh. So
I was totally okay with it.
Okay.
I was totally okay with it. She FaceTimed me and she said, "Happy Mother's Day, Mom."
Aww.
And I saw her the day before because she had a birthday party and it was from dance school and I know the mom. So I was just like, all right, I'll bring her. And then I was like, all right, girl, wrap it up. 2 hours and we're
Time
gone.
to go.
Yeah. So I did get to see her that weekend. I just didn't see her. Well, I saw her via FaceTime, but it was nice because I just wanted to relax. So I went to breakfast that morning.
Okay.
And then I came home and I just vegged. Like I watched movies and I chilled. I didn't do anything. Like I cleaned the day before. So I was like, I just want to relax.
Yeah.
I got new PJs for Mother's Day gifts, which was awesome. And they're so nice.
Look,
and
I love a PJ set.
That's what I wanted. I looked them up online and I just like slid my laptop over and I was like, can you get these? This is what I want for Mother's Day.
Right.
So yeah, but it was great. It was great. It was mellow. How was your Mother's Day?
Well, I had my kids.
Yeah.
24/7. No, we just chilled. Honestly, it was a very chill Mother's Day. I sent, like you did, I sent Armin what I wanted. And So we went to the store to go pick it up on Friday.
What'd you get?
It's a piece of jewelry.
Ooh.
So we went to the store on Friday to go get it, but they didn't have what I wanted in the store.
Oh, okay. Were you able to order it?
So Armin had to order it.
Okay.
And they still haven't. It's out for delivery today. So I'm just like,
ooh,
can't wait to get it.
I can't wait to see what this is. This is exciting.
It is. Okay. It's a pair of earrings.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And I also got a juicer because I was like, we don't typically buy juice for our household because I just don't want the kids having all that sugar.
Same.
And so, but I feel bad because I'm like, they should be able to enjoy juice. Just not the juice at the store,
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's time. I'm getting a juicer. And so it wasn't really for Mother's Day. I just bought it, but I just opened it up over the weekend because I was like, all right, it's time. And I just went and got carrots and celeries and apples and ginger, just all the things. And I was like, we're going to make juice. So I was, experimenting with different, fruits and veggies and mixed them up. And I got some good recipes. So...
share. I saw the one that you posted up, but I do that one and it's good. Like your skin is going to it's going to be glowing.
I can't wait.
Because celery, it's just something about celery does that. I was drinking celery juice before I got pregnant with AJ and my skin was glowing, but they said they calm down with that once you get pregnant. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
I think too much of it is the problem. But I mixed it with green apples, celery, and then what else did I put in it?
Cucumber.
And so I was like, oh, and it tastes delicious.
Yeah.
So, the kids enjoyed it. They liked it. And I'm like, perfect. And then also my son, he's a picky eater. He doesn't necessarily like to eat vegetables. And my daughter, she'll eat whatever we make. She loves anything we make. She's just a foodie. She'll try everything.
Was she picky when she was younger?
Not really. She's always been open to trying. She was eating sushi at 2. She's very open.
Yeah. AJ was, and then she stopped.
And they have phases.
So I'm hoping she just grows back out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sure eventually he'll get back, he'll get on the vegetable train and probably so will AJ. But
I have something for that because AJ does smoothies every morning and I put the veggies
put everything in there.
Yep.
Yeah. So whenever I make smoothies for them, I do put kale and other vegetables that he would not eat.
Yeah.
So now I can put kale in the juicer and he's going to be, consuming it. So
exactly.
I don't have to fight with him for eating, his vegetables with dinner.
It's haha, jokes on you.
Yeah. but I tell him, I'm like, look, now we're putting carrots in here and I'm putting, kale in here. And I'm also going to put a banana or apple. And then he's just like, I don't like that. And I'm like, well, you're going to try it. And I'm sure you're going to like it. And he tried it. And he's like, this is good. I'm like, I told you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Not to say I'm going to stop serving it at dinner because I still feel like you just need to keep trying.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
in little amounts and also in amounts that if they don't eat it, you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna eat it. Exactly. Yeah.
So the juicer is a hit. And then I bought the reusable or the containers. So I bought that. And so we're about to have juice at home. Made by moi.
I love that. I still need to get the glass bottles. I need to get some of the bottles just to keep in the fridge.
Exactly.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I love that for y'all.
I love that for me too.
Yeah. Speaking of Mother's Day also though, I saw a lot of moms that were they got a hotel for the Saturday and then they're coming back home
on
Sunday evening. And I'm like, oh yeah,
I'm doing that.
Idea. I'm doing that. I think that's a great idea.
You know what? We could all stay at the same hotel.
Yeah.
Everyone get a room.
Exactly.
And everyone have time for alone time. And then it's all right, ladies, let's meet for lunch. Just go out and meet for lunch.
Yeah. Have some pool time. Exactly. And then, all right, y'all. I'll see y'all. Back to the kids.
Honestly, I like that. And then, we could go to dinner. And then call it a night. And then next day, come back home. But, one thing I will say, I feel like when they come back home, you may be walking into disaster.
Yeah, it may be a war zone. I hope you survive, honey. But I'm out.
But you know what? I don't like that either because I don't want to come from a nice restful, Mother's Day staycation and then come home and you're like, oh hell, what the hell happened?
You're gonna have to tell Armin look, try and keep it together.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be gone for 24 hours.
No, they'll keep it together. But it's just, I'm saying in general, not everybody is going to have a pleasant return back home.
This is
and that's just being real.
That's true. But I think I don't know. I saw a lot of moms, like one of my friends that I grew up with, she was just like, always start Mother's Day with a hotel stay alone. And I'm like, I like that. I like that a lot.
Next year, we definitely need to remember to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Like book something for that Saturday and then, and just have like a restful day to not think about your kids and then go home.
That's actually not a bad idea. I'll probably have to introduce that idea for Armin too, for the guys.
Yeah, I think men should do it too. Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Because then, they started first, so they don't feel like, oh, this is another thing about y'all, huh?
No, but they should. They definitely should take that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know we were talking about our 4-year-old, almost 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And now they're not taking naps. So my question to you, does she take naps at school?
She does. She does, because they still do that.
Okay.
So she does take naps at school. And what's funny is that she doesn't really take naps for me. It's really me. Because if the babysitter's there, she'll take a nap. If she's with her dad, a lot of times he will make her take a nap. Every once in a while she fights him on it and she won't do it. But for the most part, she doesn't really like taking naps. Or she wants me to snuggle with her and Mommy, just nap with me. But yeah, she's been having a tough time. And honestly, I won't say it's just the naps. It's really just she's having a tough time with bedtime, and just whenever she has to go to bed, she's like, what do you mean? What am I going to miss? And you're not going to miss anything, sweetie. It's nighttime.
You're like, I'm going to bed too.
Yeah. I'm I'm going to bed too. So she's been having a little bit of a struggle with that. So I got her a new blanket.
Okay.
Because she had a down comforter. Has a lot of feathers. And so I think the feathers poke her, and she was like, something's in my bed, Mom. And I'm like, no. So I got a new blanket. She likes the blanket. And I'm just trying different things. I have the little calm tabs, the little Highlands calms. So sometimes she'll take those, try to wind her down. She only gets a certain amount of screen time now. So she's very because for a little while there it was she was running loose. And I was like, okay, no, we have to reel this in. I'm like, let's do a puzzle. You can play in your room quietly. And I tell her, you don't have to go right to bed. I'm like, if you don't feel tired, you don't have to go right to bed, so she doesn't feel so restricted.
Right.
I'm like, you can keep your light on for a little bit and, sit in your bed and read or look at your books or something like that. And then when you feel tired, turn your light off and go to bed. Give her a little independence. Yeah. And that's been working a little bit.
Okay.
But she has these moments, last night, she said her legs were hurting. And I told you, I think she's having I think she may just be having growing pains. So, and I can only imagine what that feels like. I don't know what that feels like.
I don't either.
I
don't remember.
Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah.
I stopped growing in 7th grade. So.
Okay.
And I'm in my 30s, y'all. So it's been a minute.
That's so funny.
But what's going on with Niall? Is he napping?
So same thing. He doesn't nap at home. We don't even try anymore because it's been a while since he stopped napping at home. If he does nap at home, it's an accident. We'll watch a movie on the weekend. If we're watching a movie or we're just chilling on the couch hanging out, he'll fall asleep on accident, but not out. He wasn't trying to fall asleep. He'll just fall asleep. And we're like, oh my God, thank God.
Yeah, do you run and try and do something?
Yeah, we're like, oh, a moment of peace and silence. Even Sanaa's like, oh, thank God he took a nap. I'm like, girl. She's like, he went to sleep, Mom. I'm like, okay, good job. High five.
My God.
But yeah, at school he takes his naps every day, no problem. He has a nap at school every day, Monday through Friday. On the weekends, no nap. And yeah, like I said, we don't try anymore because it's I'm not about to spend all this time fighting a child to go to, take a nap.
I'm not going to war with you.
No, it's not. I'm good. We're good. So
last week I made her take a nap though, because I was like, we're going to Niles and you're not about to have a whole meltdown.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you need to take a nap or say you're not going to this party. And she was like, okay, Mommy. And she took one.
Took a nap.
Yeah.
But at nighttime, same thing. I mean, the only reason I feel like he'll go to bed now is because, Sanaa's room is right across the way.
Yeah.
So they could see each other from their, like, if he looks over to the left.
He can see her.
If he goes to the end of his bed, he can look directly in her room, and he sees that she's in her bed. And so as long as she's in her bed, he's like, I'm cool. I'm going to stay in my bed too. So like for him, I think the reason why he doesn't have trouble at nighttime for bed is knowing that his sister is also going to bed. So like on the weekends,
gotta have another kid.
On the weekends, we let her stay up a little later because we're like, it's the weekend. She can, do whatever. So she literally has to sneak out of her room so that, because if he's like, Sanaa's not sleeping. And we're like, oh, okay, Sanaa, just, wait a couple minutes and then you can like sneak out of the bed. Yeah. Or whatever. But he still come out of the room to come, he's still a kid. So, we'll put him to bed and he'll be in his room. He'll be singing, walking around his room, reading books, just doing whatever. But he does stay in his room. Yeah. And there are times where he doesn't. He'll come to our room and tell us, oh, I forgot to tell you something, Mommy. It's something about that happened at school. Yeah. And I'm like, I asked you what happened in school earlier. You didn't want to share anything. And now all of a sudden he wants to tell me his entire day. So, Mommy, I went in my classroom and I sat in the chair. And then I had to write my name, and I wrote N-I. I'm like, nah, come on. I'm trying to go to
like, sleep. Hurry up.
And then he's like, oh, Mommy, and then am I going to have a dream tonight? I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to see. You have
like
to go
if
to
you don't
sleep.
Go to bed.
We won't know.
Oh
but yeah, and then, I got to walk, we walk him back, like either Armin or I will walk him back to his room. And then he's good about staying in his room. I think he gives Armin a harder time than he does with me. I don't know why, but Armin's like, how do you get them just stay in their rooms? And I'm like, I just tell them it's time for bed. And he's like, it's like magic. I'm like, no, it's called work because this was a gradual thing. Like,
that they had to stay there.
Yeah. But with Armin, they just give him such a hard time, and I just be sitting back like,
Armin sounds like a softie like me.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta do that. I can't do this for you. You have to do it because if I'm out of town or something, you want to be like, it's time for bed, guys. Go to bed, and you don't have to fight them every night. Even Sanaa, she's like, Dad, like she knows. She's a daddy's girl. So she's like, Dad, please, can I just stay 15 more minutes? Like, I just want to do this or I want to do that. And I'm like, they don't do that with me because I'm like, it is time for bed.
Oh, my God. You're like TC. He got her to take that nap last week. I wasn't there. Like, he's like, look, he's like, you got to back me on this. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I went and had coffee. And I was like, did she go down for a nap? And he was like, yep, she's napping. I was like,
she's probably like, get this guy out of my house.
Yeah, no, they have like a funny relationship. It's funny because like sometimes they'll be on the phone together and she's like, TC, it's AJ. And like they'll be like chatting and then she'll get home and he'll be like, AJ. And like he'll try and talk to her and she'll be like, get away. Like it's like a love hate. Like it's so weird. It's so weird, but they love each other. It's funny. Yeah.
So I just feel like now they're about to next year to go into kindergarten. So the nap times it's over. So at this point, I'm not even looking back anymore because I'm like, I'm not fighting it.
Yeah. Well, Niall he's going to do pre-K at the school he's at.
School? Yeah. So I don't know because there's VPK, right?
Yeah.
And so when you sign up for VPK, you're supposed to see like a difference in the amount of money you're paying every month. Yeah. And his current school, the price is still the same. No, they told us to do the VPK. And we're like, okay, cool. We're about to get a nice little discount, right? Since it's preschool. Yeah. It is actually a little bit more than what we're paying already. And we're like, wait a minute. This makes no sense. Yeah. So, a few of the parents as well, we're all like, what is the problem? And they're like, well, it's inflation. And we're like, there still needs to be some form of a discount. Like, I understand we're living through an inflation as well as parents.
Exactly. We're here too.
You're not the only one dealing with this. Yeah. The whole, all of us are. So we're like, I don't know about that. And so we're still debating, but Sanaa's new school has a pre-K at VPK at the school. It's a great school. The teachers, I feel like, are better.
Yeah.
More educated. And it's, we love the school he's in, but there's a difference.
Yeah.
And the price is significantly less. And it's a magnet school. So
I'll be right over there.
And on top of that, I can drop the kids off at the same school. I don't have to go one school to another school. Yes. So we're weighing out the options, and Armin's like, I already know which option we go with. Like it's clear we should go with the other school. But he's made so many friends. He's been there for a while, and that's the part that I'm like, oh man, I feel bad to take him out.
Yeah, but either way, it's going to change.
Next year.
Because they're all going to go to different schools.
Exactly. Next year it's going to change anyway. So
that's interesting. I guess that's what's so different about, like, Florida. Like, when I went to, like, where I grew up in Pennsylvania, like, where we went to preschool, we all ended up going to elementary school together or lived around each other. So we were still very connected. So there was, like, I think there was maybe, like, 5 elementary schools. All great elementary schools. You had the pick of the litter, so you could go to any of them. But we all lived around each other. But there was only like 2 middle schools, so you knew like half and half. We were going to end up with each other again. Yeah. And then there was only 2 high schools, so we knew we were about to end up with each other again, which was like cool. Like Florida's so vast, and it's like, you're like, darn, you want them to have their friends, but it's like, I know as soon as AJ's done, she's going to do VPK at her school. She's not going to have her buddies like Liam and Riley and all her friends because. First of all, I don't know where half these people live. And I know they're local. Well, I know they're local, but depending on like where you are locally, like, like I know AJ's going to have to go into a lottery. Yeah. Because there's like 3 like really, really good schools. And then the others are like, you know, kind of like on the fence. But I do need to look into like the magnet schools, and I'm even going to look into some private schools too, because they get a lot of like scholarship money and stuff like that. And I'm like, I need to look into that stuff just to see. Yeah.
And also the current school he's in is a private school. So I feel like they can be like, well, this is our rate. Yeah. And so, so I don't know. I don't know if he's going to stay there. Honestly, it's not looking like he is.
It's not looking good.
It ain't looking good. They send a reminder like, don't forget to sign the contracts to save their spot for next year. And I'm like, girl, I don't even know if you're going to stay here.
Exactly. If you could drop them off at one school, and if the price is significantly less. So with a magnet school, does Dade County pay a portion of it, or is it from the magnet school? Like, why is it significantly less? Because I know with Broward, the public school system, like, I guess they cover a portion of it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that how is with the magnet schools too? Okay.
Because it's still Miami-Dade public schools, but it's a magnet school.
Okay.
So so it is covered by the county.
Okay. I'm not as familiar with magnet schools.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're still public schools. Yeah. It's just, I guess, like, it's
the curriculum just a little bit different.
A little different, and also just magnet schools are supposedly better than I don't know, regular schools, because I don't really
I've heard
in Florida. I don't really know because Sanaa's only gone to one school, and her school is also a magnet school. So I don't necessarily know what the regular public schools are, and I really have no idea because I'm only familiar with one. And now her new school is also the new school that she's going to.
So is this the one that she tried out for?
Yeah.
And she got in?
Oh, yeah. She got in.
Oh, I don't think we talked about that. We talked about her trying out, but I didn't know that that's awesome. She's so excited. Oh.
Yeah, and actually two of her friends from her current school are actually going to that school as well. So she's like, okay, great. I'm going to know some people.
She's going to know some people. That's awesome. Oh.
Yeah. So that's
her little creative.
I know, our little creative girl. She is. She really is.
Yeah, I know. I have to look into that for AJ because she's all about like she had us singing. I'll show you the video after. I will not expose y'all to that. But she had me and TC like singing like 2 different songs. Okay. And she's sitting there and like she's like composing and stuff. And I was like, what is happening right now? I think I had Wheels on the Bus and he had like the Itsy Bitsy Spider, and we were just she had us going.
All right. I know. That's right. You better go ahead, AJ.
Telling you. Yeah. But she loves music and dancing around and coloring and all that stuff. And I'm like, I think she's going to go the creative route. It just seems like it already.
Yeah. And I love that because I feel like you're using a lot of your imagination and the creativity for me. I feel like it's a big deal. And I feel like as an immigrant, creativity is not something that was really, what was the word? It wasn't really like a good thing. It was just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, you can draw, you can paint, you can sing. Yeah. I just want to make sure you get straight A's. Like that. Yeah,
I just want to make sure you get an education.
Yeah, and so
there was an emphasis on it.
It was no emphasis. It was like no one encouraged you to like look more into that creative side because and I don't blame them because it was like we came here for a better life, and to get that better life is through education. The typical way. But I feel like we're in a new space now, and we can encourage our kids to look. Obviously, we want our kids to do well, academically. That's obviously a priority. But I also, I do want to encourage my kids to be a little more creative because, you're using a different part of your brain.
Exactly.
You're working with something else. And I don't know. I think I'm definitely pushing both of my kids to not only do well academically, but to also find something creatively to do.
Yeah.
And with my daughter, I really didn't have to. That's just how she was just naturally creative. Like singing, dancing, acting, like all those things she loves to do naturally. And, I noticed Niall's the same as with singing. Yeah. Oh my God. He loves to sing. Like he sings at night before he go to bed every night.
I love that.
Like you just hear him in his room just singing songs. I'm just like, I love that. So, and I'm actually thinking about putting him in piano.
Okay.
So I definitely want to make that a priority the same way I make academics a priority too.
Well, they say that like creative children, like say if they're in dance or they're in even if they're in sports or something like that, they tend to do better academically too because they have that structure
and that balance.
Yeah. So they tend to do better. So I think it's good if you see your kids already gravitating towards something. That's why when AJ said, she said, "Oh, mommy, I really want to do dance," and I was just like, "Okay," I didn't force her. I said, "At any point that you want to stop and you're not comfortable with this anymore, and
we'll stop.
We will stop." But she just gravitated towards it. So I was like, "Okay." I was like, and they have tap next year, so I was just like, see if she likes tap, and we'll go from there. Yeah. But I think if kids show that interest young, I think it's good to harness it and just go from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it with the kiddos.
Yeah.
Dedicate the whole episode to kids.
I know. But we love our babies.
We do.
Love our babies.
And they run our lives. So
they do. They do. I got up at 6 to make sure I made it here.
See?
And had to get her together and everything. Oh, man. Just getting socks on. I'm like, girl.
Oh my God. Clothes and socks is, I don't know, what is that?
Why is that
same
such a
thing today
thing?
with Niall. Armin literally had to like hold him down. I'm like, you have to put on your clothes.
Yes.
And he's just like moving around like a tornado. And I'm just like getting ready, like, what is wrong with this?
Well, yeah, like, why is this taking so long? Like, get it together. I said to AJ so many times because she likes to pick out her clothes. And I'm like, AJ, go pick out some clothes. And she's like, not yet, mommy. She's literally on the couch. Her feet are up in the air. And she looks over at me and she's like, not yet.
I'm done.
I was over her. He got back from the gym and he's like, dude, what's going on? And I was just like, I'm trying to get her dressed. He's like, well, you have to ask her if she wants to do shorts or she wants to do dresses. And I was like, because I don't know. Like, I know. I said, I haven't gotten that far yet. I was like, I've asked her to pick out something. And he's like, no. He's like, just tell her what she needs to wear. And I'm like, I let you dress her a couple times.
And he's a pro. He's a pro now.
I'm like, now you're taking it too far. Acting like I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't. Yeah, no. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But she got dressed. Funny. She's in a pink dress,
Okay.
We made it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look, day by day. It's a day by day.
Fighting for our lives.
I can't.
No, but seriously, we love being parents. So
yeah. So shout out to all the mommies. Yes. I hope you all had a great Mother's Day weekend. And I hope you feel appreciated, not just on Mother's Day, but
all the time.
Single day. Okay?
Because motherhood is hard.
It is hard. Mm-hmm. And I do have to give a shout out to our community and our tribes who help us out every day. I mean, not every day, but who's there for us when we need them. Mm-hmm. And that really helps your motherhood journey. I mean,
you need support. Support is so important.
Is extremely important. And also just having other mothers that you can talk to, vent with, laugh with, cry with. And just
like,
share.
Girl, you going through this?
Exactly. And just sharing our day-to-day wins, our day-to-day struggles, just sharing everything. And then lastly, shout out to the partners and the husbands and the bonus dads and all the men in our lives who also help us in our motherhood journey. You guys are extremely appreciated, and we love you for everything that you do for us and for these kids.
yes, for these babies. Yeah.
Exactly.
So thank you so much.
All right. Well, I think that concludes this episode. Thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.